For many seniors, building a salad feels like making the healthiest choice possible. Fresh, raw, and colorful ingredients. What could go wrong? But here's the surprise. Some of the most natural additions to your salad bowl could actually work against your bone health, especially if you're managing osteoporosis. Let's start with green tomatoes, those firm, tart cousins of the ripe red kind. They're often found in heirloom salads or roasted vegetable medleys, praised for their unique taste and crunch. But few people realize that green tomatoes contain a compound called solanine, a natural chemical found in nightshade vegetables that can be toxic in large amounts. While small quantities are generally considered safe for healthy individuals, for those with weakened bones or chronic inflammation, solanine might not be so benign. Some studies suggest that solanine can interfere with calcium metabolism and promote inflammation. Two things you definitely don't want if you're already struggling with brittle bones. Another sneaky culprit is rhubarb. While more commonly seen in pies or jams, it's also becoming a trendy addition to health-focused salads. Rhubarb is rich in oxalates, the same compounds found in spinach and beet greens, which are known to bind to calcium in the digestive tract. This prevents your body from absorbing the calcium it needs to strengthen bones. For someone with osteoporosis, every gram of calcium matters. Eating oxalate-heavy foods regularly could silently chip away at your bone density over time. The problem is that most seniors aren't aware these plant compounds even exist, let alone the role they play in reducing calcium absorption or increasing inflammation. When we think of harmful foods for bones, we often jump straight to soda, sugar, or caffeine, not salad ingredients grown in a garden. But when you're over 60 and trying to protect your skeletal structure, especially the hips, spine, and wrists, these healthy items can quietly slow down your recovery or even contribute to further bone loss. It's not about avoiding salads or fearing vegetables. It's about knowing which vegetables truly support your bones and which ones require moderation, or at least proper preparation. For instance, cooking rhubarb or green tomatoes significantly reduces their oxalate and solanine levels, making them safer to eat. Pairing oxalate-rich foods with calcium sources, like sardines, tahini, or yogurt, can also help counteract the blocking effect. So next time you're building a salad, pause before tossing in raw green tomatoes or rhubarb. Instead, reach for leafy greens like kale or arugula, which are naturally high in absorbable calcium and magnesium without the interference. Add some orange or red bell peppers for vitamin C, which supports collagen production in bones. And don't forget a splash of olive oil. It helps fat-soluble vitamins like D and K do their job in maintaining bone strength. The truth is, not all greens are created equal. And sometimes, it's the ones that look the most vibrant that quietly rob your body of what it needs most. Once you realize that some popular salad ingredients might be harming your bones, the next question becomes, what should you eat instead? The answer lies in shifting from trendy to tried and true. There are plenty of senior-friendly ingredients that actually work in harmony with your bones, not against them. And the best part? You can still enjoy your salad without giving up on taste, color, or variety. Let's talk about dark leafy greens, starting with kale. Unlike spinach or beet greens, kale is low in oxalates, which means the calcium it contains is more available for your body to absorb. Just 1 cup of raw kale offers nearly 100 milligrams of calcium. And unlike dairy, it's easier to digest for those who are lactose intolerant. Kale also provides vitamin K, an often overlooked nutrient that helps calcium bind to your bones properly. Next up is watercress, a peppery little green that's often overshadowed by arugula. It's packed with bone-friendly nutrients, including calcium, magnesium, and vitamin C. Magnesium is crucial because it works hand in hand with calcium to strengthen the internal structure of bones. And vitamin C supports collagen production. Remember, bones aren't just hard calcium deposits. They have a flexible matrix underneath, and collagen is what keeps that matrix strong and less prone to fractures. Another excellent addition to a senior-friendly salad? Red bell peppers. These sweet, crunchy veggies are loaded with vitamin C and antioxidants that fight inflammation, something that becomes more important as osteoporosis progresses. Chronic inflammation can speed up bone loss and interfere with healing after a fracture. So, Eating anti-inflammatory foods isn't just about comfort. It's a long-term strategy for maintaining mobility. And what about protein? Many seniors don't realize that muscle loss and bone loss are deeply connected. Your bones don't just hold you up, your muscles anchor to them, and without regular protein intake, you lose both. Consider tossing in some hard-boiled eggs, grilled salmon, or even roasted chickpeas for a plant-based option. Protein helps your body repair bone tissue and supports the everyday strength you need for simple activities like walking, rising from a chair, or climbing stairs. For flavor, go with healthy fats like extra virgin olive oil, which helps with the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K. A little bit of fat also helps reduce inflammation, lubricate joints, and improve your body's hormonal balance. All key in preserving both bone mass and quality of life. Finally, be careful with dressings. Many store-bought dressings contain phosphates, excessive sodium, and additives that actually work against your bones. Phosphates in particular are known to leach calcium from your bones when consumed in excess. Instead, try a homemade dressing with lemon juice, olive oil, a dash of mustard, and fresh herbs. It's cleaner, tastier, and safer for your bones. What's clear is this: for seniors with osteoporosis, every bite counts. And while green tomatoes or rhubarb might not be dangerous in small, occasional amounts, when eaten frequently, especially raw, they can quietly make your bones more fragile. But with just a few swaps, your salads can go from bone draining to bone building without sacrificing flavor or joy. Let's step back and look at the bigger picture. Why does this even matter? Because for seniors, osteoporosis doesn't announce itself. It doesn't come with a warning. It shows up when it's too late, after a fracture, after a fall, or after your doctor tells you that your bone density has dropped again this year. And here's the hard truth. 1 in 2 women and 1 in 4 men over 50 will break a bone due to osteoporosis. What's worse, many of these fractures, especially in the hip, can be life-altering. Now imagine this. You're eating salads every day, thinking you're doing the right thing. You've cut out red meat, you're staying active, and you've even added some new, trendy ingredients you saw online, like rhubarb or heirloom tomatoes. But what if that beautiful salad bowl is slowly reducing your calcium absorption? What if it's feeding you oxalates and solanine without you knowing? That's where awareness becomes power. When you shop, don't just look for colorful produce. Look for the right kind of colorful produce. Choose low oxalate greens like romaine, kale, arugula, and mustard greens. These still give you crunch and vibrance, but without blocking your calcium. If you love spinach or chard, try steaming them first. Cooking dramatically reduces the oxalate content, making them much safer for your bones. Pay attention to the balance of your salad. A good senior-friendly salad is more than just raw veggies. Add some sliced avocado for healthy fats, a sprinkle of pumpkin seeds for zinc and magnesium, and cooked quinoa or lentils for protein and complex carbs. These ingredients don't just support bone strength, they also improve energy, muscle mass, and healing capacity after injury. Now let's talk about hydration, because it ties directly into how your bones hold minerals. Many seniors are mildly dehydrated throughout the day, and that's a problem, because even slight dehydration makes it harder for your body to circulate nutrients to your bones and joints. A well-constructed salad should always be followed by a tall glass of water, herbal tea, or mineral-rich broth. Think of hydration as the delivery truck for the good stuff you eat. And don't forget calcium-rich extras that are often overlooked, like tofu, sardines, or edamame. All of these can be tossed into salads with a bit of seasoning. They're excellent non-dairy sources of calcium, and they're easier to digest for many older adults. Plus, sardines bring vitamin D and omega-3s into the mix, both of which are crucial in helping calcium actually get into your bones. The problem is, osteoporosis isn't just about lack of calcium, it's about poor calcium retention. You can take supplements all day long, but if your salad ingredients are working against that process, you're wasting time and money. That's why avoiding high oxalate foods and improving your nutrient pairings is so important. Small adjustments, like swapping rhubarb for cucumber or green tomatoes for cooked beets, might seem insignificant, but over weeks and months, they could mean the difference between staying active and spending months recovering from a fracture. You deserve better than that. Your salad should be your ally, not your silent saboteur. As we grow older, staying healthy becomes less about following trends and more about understanding what truly works for our bodies. And when it comes to bone health, especially for those already diagnosed with osteoporosis or osteopenia, every decision, even something as small as a salad ingredient, adds up. But let's be honest, this kind of information can feel overwhelming. You might be wondering, do I really need to worry about one tomato or a few stalks of rhubarb? That's a valid question. The answer isn't about panic, it's about patterns. You don't need to cut out every single food that contains oxalates or solanine forever. What you do need is awareness. If green tomatoes or rhubarb are a regular part of your diet, especially raw and paired with other calcium-blocking foods, that's when it becomes a concern. If you're eating low-calcium meals day after day, or relying on certain trendy vegetables for your idea of health, it's time to rethink your foundation. Let's simplify this. Your body needs 3 core things to keep bones strong: absorbable calcium, vitamin D, and reduced inflammation. That's your guiding compass. Every item you put in your salad bowl should ideally support one or more of those goals. So when you're standing in the produce aisle or prepping a meal at home, ask yourself, does this ingredient support calcium absorption or block it? Is this raw or cooked? Cooking helps reduce anti-nutrients. Am I adding protein or healthy fat to help carry these nutrients into my bones? Also, pay attention to labels, especially on pre-packed salad kits or dressings. Many popular brands use phosphoric acid, a common additive that leaches calcium from bones, or include nightshade vegetables like raw green bell peppers, eggplant, or green tomatoes in their pre-mixed blends. These aren't always harmful, but for someone already dealing with bone thinning, it's important to know how often they appear in your meals. Now let's talk about mindset, because eating healthy isn't just about the food. For many seniors, especially those who've already had a fall or a scare, food becomes emotional. You want to feel in control again. You want to feel like your meals are helping you, not hurting you. And sometimes, all the conflicting information can lead to decision fatigue or fear. Here's the good news. Bone-supportive eating doesn't have to be restrictive. It can be joyful, flavorful, and empowering, as long as it's intentional. Think about adding roasted sweet potatoes instead of white potatoes. Use citrus vinaigrettes made from lemon and olive oil instead of creamy dressings. Add grilled salmon or tofu instead of processed bacon bits. These aren't sacrifices, they're upgrades. The best part? Once you get the hang of it, building a bone-strengthening salad becomes second nature. And with every smart meal choice, you're not just feeding your body, you're investing in independence, mobility, and confidence. Because in the end, osteoporosis isn't just about bones. It's about freedom. Freedom to move, to cook, to walk unassisted, to garden, to dance, to hug your grandkids without worry. And that freedom begins with what's on your plate, even something as humble as a salad. Now that you've seen the full picture, it's time to take a deep breath and feel empowered, not afraid. Because knowledge like this isn't meant to scare you away from eating healthy. It's meant to guide you, to protect you from silent risks hiding in the very meals you thought were helping. Osteoporosis may feel like a battle you didn't ask for, but it's one you can absolutely fight. Not just with medications, but with smart, everyday choices. Let's recap what really matters. Green tomatoes and rhubarb may look harmless, but their solanine and oxalate content can quietly interfere with calcium absorption and trigger inflammation. Two things no senior with bone loss can afford to ignore. Swapping these ingredients with low oxalate greens like kale, arugula, and mustard greens can make a huge difference over time. Adding calcium-friendly toppings like tofu, pumpkin seeds, grilled salmon, or natural cheese in moderation not only supports bones, it also keeps your meals satisfying and energizing. And don't forget that hydration, protein, and healthy fats are just as important as the greens themselves. Water helps deliver minerals to your bones. Protein repairs the bone matrix. Fats help absorb vitamins like D and K. Most importantly, this isn't about one perfect salad. It's about your overall pattern. What you eat week after week, what habits you stick with, and how much intention you bring to your plate. So here's your takeaway. Next time you build a salad, think of it as building your bone bank. Every ingredient you choose either deposits strength or withdraws from it. It doesn't have to be complicated. It just needs to be thoughtful. You don't have to fear food, but you do have to stay one step ahead of the things that quietly chip away at your strength. Because osteoporosis isn't always about what you feel. Sometimes, it's about what you're not noticing until it's too late. But now, you know. And with that knowledge, your next meal could be the one that shifts the momentum in your favor. So go ahead, grab that salad bowl. But this time, build it with bones in mind.